Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? We are here in Merida, Mexico, and it is a lovely town. We are really enjoying our stay here. We're in a beautiful hacienda in the Santiago neighborhood, and the sun just went down a little bit, so that's nice too.
It is kind of warm, but when it gets cool, it cools really well.
Yeah.
We are here in rainy season, but we're not talking about here yet.
No, we're not. We're talking about when we left you last. We were in Bacalar, which has been some weeks, I realize, and we've had a few family things come up that have kind of taken our attention away, and just some transitions that we were not quite expecting that have gotten in the way of things. So, but we're back, and we're feeling
and some
good.
feelings and
Yeah.
things like that. Some things that you don't really expect. When you make a transition to a new place, especially doing for a long period of time. It comes along with certain emotions and things that you miss. Creature comforts.
Yeah.
But we've had some great experiences though.
So when we left Bacalar, we took the train Maya, which we wanted to get that experience. We've been taking buses most of the time, the ADO bus system, which is amazing.
Yes.
Around the Yucatan, but we wanted to try the train, and so we took the train from Bacalar to Playa del Carmen. It was about a 4 hour train ride. Train is beautiful. The stations are beautiful. Everything's brand new, so it's very well maintained, well kept. It was an easy process. We bought the tickets online. We got there. Our cab driver Walter took us there, and we got to the train station. And the only hard part was having to walk. We had to walk down the stairs with all of our luggage, but other than that, because then we had to walk up but that had an escalator, so it was good.
Right, just a few challenges.
Yeah. So but the train had a little snack bar, so we got some food, and then 4 hours later, and a nice little scenic smooth ride through the jungle of the Yucatan, we were in Playa del Carmen. Now, a lot of people are familiar with Playa del Carmen. It's kind of a resort type area. We were staying north of Playa del Carmen in the Mayakoba area, which is a planned gated community. I chose that area mainly for the pools.
There were so many pools.
There were. It was we stayed at the Lagunas. I look like I've been swimming right now, but I actually just got out of the shower. But we were staying in Lagunas Mayakoba. So not only were there tons of pools, which, as you know, our daughters are like little fish, and so they need to be within walking distance of a pool at all times.
Yeah.
And so there was that and more. There was even a whole little river throughout the whole thing, for kayaking. We didn't end up going kayaking, but we still enjoyed the look of it.
There was a little park just steps away from where we were staying, so the girls were able to go and get some of their energy out. Because surprisingly, we didn't leave the place that often.
We didn't.
Such a nice place.
We stayed there the entire 2 weeks, pretty much. We
left a couple times.
Yeah,
but
it was because within the community there were stores, grocery stores, a bank. We did some Uber Eats a couple of nights, so we found a really good wings place and a taco place that we really liked, and so we
had our groceries delivered there.
Yeah, we kind of got a little bit of taste of our creature comforts that we were used to in the U.S., and so we kind of just enjoyed it. And the place that we stayed in, we were in a condo at the ground floor, so it was lovely. It had a big bedroom for us with an ensuite bathroom, and then the girls had their own, on the other side, their own bedroom and bathroom. So that was really nice, having two bathrooms. We really enjoyed that.
Yes.
The only thing it did not have was laundry, and that's one of the things that I didn't necessarily think about as much when I was planning things, and it's something that we've had to kind of adjust to in finding laundry services, which we did in Mayakoba. We had a great laundry service. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put it here in the video because I have a little ticket with it on it.
Yes.
But his name was Miguel, and he came and picked it all up and then came back like 2 days later with it all. Oh, it was so
good.
wonderful, because sometimes when you're not when you're washing, a lot of the clothing gets washed in cold water because, you know, it's premium, hot waters are premium. And so, and then hung out to dry in the humidity, it doesn't really get
as fresh.
Yeah, I
You
found,
know,
we
and
found.
sometimes not even completely as dry. So then when we
Yeah.
had to move, there was still some damp clothing and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, the laundry service, I would recommend that to anybody. It was such a great experience.
Yes. So that we kind of got turned on to that. We had grocery delivery there. So it was really made it very easy for us not to have to go anywhere.
Yeah, there was a 7-Eleven not far away. So we were able to go and, you know, purchase water and things like that and snacks and goodies. We got a pizza there and they warmed it up. So it was like a pre-made pizza, and then they stuck it in the pizza oven for us. So that was a pretty easy meal for one night. That was kind of a creature comfort. And the food in Mexico is just by far the most amazing food I have ever. I've never tasted pizza so good.
Yeah, just all of the cuisines that we've
Burgers,
tried.
pizza.
I mean,
oh my
of course,
God.
tacos and
Absolutely.
you know, lots of Mexican food. I think one of the things that's been the biggest adjustment is with food, realizing that not everything has to be this huge like production of a meal.
Yeah.
A lot of what we've been eating just has been very basic stuff, and some of it is because we don't necessarily have all of the spices and all of the things.
Or if we're leaving in a day or two, you know, we don't want to go buy a bunch of stuff that we either have to leave behind because we carry groceries with us once. I don't
Never
wanna do
doing that
anymore.
again. Never, ever.
No, it's extra baggage, it's extra work, and that was when we had to actually carry the bags down the steps, and we had the extra food bags, and it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've been more mindful of how we buy food that we're going to use up to a certain point, what we already intend to leave, you know, and what, you know, what goes with us, which is hopefully nothing.
Right. We are like, every time we make a stop, we're like, do we really need this? Do I need this shirt anymore?
It changes your way of looking at things.
Yeah. And so we've really been scaling down and down and down. And I think, you know, that was no exception. We took, we took some stuff from Mayakoba too. So, but then we decided no more.
After that, no.
After that, we
just
were done.
left what was left, you know,
Yeah.
and just let the host know, you know, because we don't want to get charged for leaving clutter or anything like that. We were just like, hey, this is stuff we couldn't travel with. Maybe the next person can use it, or
Yeah.
you can use it, or you know somebody that's in need. And our hosts, by far, I can say our hosts have been very, very cordial, very nice.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
know, very accommodating. Most of them have left us a list of things that we can do and some of the favorite places that they like, some experiences, you know, to be able to go off of. And it's been a really, really great experience in that aspect as well.
The one thing I can say about the place in Mayakoba, it was absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, we barely left just because the whole planned community was very secure. So there was like a gate to get into the main entrance that you had to go through security, and then another gate to get into our part of the community. And it was almost so secure that we were like, afraid to leave a little bit. We were like, can we get back in here? And also in Playa del Carmen, I should mention that they do not have Uber as readily available. It's more, they have it for Uber Eats, but they don't have like Ubers that you can call. And so we were relying on taxis. And then we did discover toward the end, they have an app called InDrive that we were able to order a ride because that's for us. It was just easier. It's easier for us to have an Uber come and we can like track to see where it is. And especially with the language barrier, although we are getting better at our Spanish, we just found that Uber was a little bit, or apps similar to Uber. They also have, like I said, InDrive, and they have Didi in other places as well. But in Playa del Carmen specifically, it's just InDrive or local taxis. And I understand that the local taxi, the unions have been strong in trying to protect their industry. I completely get that.
Yes.
And so we did use a taxi. I think when we went down to Playa del Carmen, we did take a taxi back to Mayakoba. So we swam. They had so many pools there. The girls, like, it was everywhere. Like, we would walk around a corner and be like, oh, here's another pool. Walk around the corner, oh, here's another pool. There was a big main like clubhouse where they had a gym and
they had a big pool and then a little kiddie pool over to the side.
Yeah, that was really nice because sometimes we don't always want to be like in the water with the girls. And so if the pool is shallow enough, we can feel good enough with their swimming ability to be able to just watch them from the side. Yeah. But when they got in the big pool, we felt like we had to be in there with them, the swimmer among us. And so but it was lovely. The whole little area, everybody was very nice. We just really enjoyed our time there.
Good morning. Another great day in paradise. This is the back patio. Get to come and sit out here, enjoy our coffee in the morning. The things that I really enjoy about traveling is the different experiences and scenery that we get to enjoy. I'm so relaxed. I don't feel stressed, rushed.
Yeah. Not the let's go food.
We did go out. We went into the city and we got to experience some really, really cool dances and performances. This restaurant we went to was so good. I know I'm always talking about food because I mean that ties it down for me as far as memory wise. But we got to see some native dances. We did experience just the people. Yeah. People coming by and everybody's just so polite and nice and happy. And as long as they can see that you're making effort to at least speak their language a little bit, they give you grace. And they all understand, we've got the little apps on our phone that can help, but sometimes you don't have Wi-Fi and that you can't rely on that. Suggest at least learning, some basics.
definitely.
What else were you saying?
I was saying that one thing I've learned the hard way is that I have an iPhone 16 and it does not have a physical SIM card, and so I had to rely on a global eSIM, which has basically been a waste of money for me.
Not so global.
It's absolutely terrible. And I'm going to say the company right now. It's called Airlo. And it was recommended to me by another full-time traveler, but I'm going to switch, I think. I don't know one that would be good, but...
So if you guys know any of them, please put them down in the comments so we can get an idea and check them out.
Olafly is one. I might try that one, but with eSIMs, they're just not as reliable as regular SIM cards are, in my opinion. And to find out that I couldn't even put a physical SIM in that phone whatsoever got me kind of annoyed with Apple in general, actually. And so we ended up getting getting a physical SIM card and putting it in our daughter's phone, and so she can get internet sometimes better than we can out and about because it's just more reliable. So that's been a struggle, is just not having the best internet when we're out and about, wanting to order Uber and things like that. Now, where we've been staying, the internet's been great. Like, our home Wi-Fi is fine.
And with my phone plan, I have a limited amount of
data.
Mm-hmm. So, which tends to get, disappear fast.
Yeah.
So
one thing you gotta you
be
actually
very
have
mindful
to
of.
select that to not be an option.
Yep. Turn off your cellular data.
Yeah. So we were there in Mayakoba for about 2 weeks, and like I said, it was just swimming and enjoying our place.
My only challenge for that place was it felt so sterile.
It was pretty sterile. It was very new construction. It was not, it could have been a condo in anywhere USA or anywhere around the world. There wasn't a lot of character really until you went outside.
And then, the kitchen was really nice. We got to cook really well there. Mm-hmm. It's just, it was a great experience altogether. And of course, we're here during the rainy season.
Yeah.
So each place we've gone, we've dealt with rain and things like that. But we've been told that this is the better season rather than hell season. Is that what they said?
Yeah. We're glad we're not here June, July. That would have been way worse, I feel.
Yeah.
Didn't actually even get into Playa del Carmen until like you said, the last night or the last couple nights that we were in the area. We wanted to go down to the Fifth Avenue, is kind of their main stretch downtown, and so we were able to walk up and down. We went to the beach, we went and got dinner, we went and did a little shopping. The girls, what's cool is our girls' names are really Hispanic in origin, so they were able to easily find little bracelets that had their names on them and stuff. Yeah. But we had a great time. The girls really liked. We got to see a traditional. We were there during Mexican Independence Day, which is the middle of September. They kind of celebrate it, all month or into the next month even. This whole time. September, October is a very highly celebrated time in Mexico because we run from Independence Day and Hispanic Heritage, celebrations right into Dia de los Muertos, which is what we're going to be going to next. Got to see some traditional Mayan dances and shows that they were putting on down in Playa. There's lots of things to do, lots of shops, lots of beautiful artisans that make handmade goods. There's also lots of little trinkets and things that you can get. It is more of a touristy kind of area. The beach is beautiful. They do have a sargassum issue with seaweed at certain points, so it's one of those things that you have to monitor, and there's actually Facebook groups dedicated to the sargassum issue, but
when we got there they had it all cleaned up pretty good.
It was clean, so but it kind of, from my understanding, does vary day to day, even that it can be it can come in one day, but they do a really good job of cleaning it up, and it's actually a whole industry now to have people that are on the beach cleaning it up. So